というわけでね、皆さんどうもずんだですけれども、やりました。ついにね、このね、スタンレーパラベルデラックス。デラックス版。そう、デラックスか。ついにね、この間に日本語字幕に対応したということで、ちょっともう早速ね、言語。前にスタンレーパラベルをプレイしたことがありますか？なんか意味深な質問だな。まあ実はこれ、スタンレーパラベルの方はプレイしたことがあって、まあ、なんで、スタンレーパラベルでいけるエンディングルートはね、全部知っとるんですけど、これどうしようかな。まあいいえじゃん。まあ、これ素直にはいでいいか。はい。パソコンがギリギリ見えるくらいまでオッケーオッケー。こんなことやってくれんの？ギリギリ見えるくらいっていうのね、あんまり信用しない。まあ、これぐらいでいいか。現在の時刻。知らん。待って。待って。待って。AM、PM ってどっちがちょっと待って。ちょっと待ってね。AM、PM ってどっちがどっちだっけAM、PM ってさ、どっちがどっちだっけ？どっちがどっち？午前が AM、午前が AM？ 午前が AM ね。まあ、コンビニであれすりゃいいのか。要はAMPM っていうコンビニがあるから、多分それで覚えりゃいいんだろうけど、全然ね、もう覚えねえんだよな。PM の今8時、3分 ?3 分ぐらい？ 3 分だね。OK。なんで現在の時刻を勝手に取ってきてくれよ。アクセシビリティ設定はメインメニューからアクセスできます。OK。何？めちゃくちゃなんか、めちゃくちゃなんかって、やめて。びっくりした。とりあえず、今公表する、マックサイズは、ちょっと待って、大きめでいいか、大きめにしとこう。いいけど、不透明度。まあ、デフォルトぐらいで。レティクル、そうですね。翻訳ラベル、カラーレベル。コンテンツに関する警告を表示する。自殺、トラウマ、メンタルヘルスの問題を扱う部分について内容の警告とスキップオプションがどういうこと？怖い。って自殺はあれか。まああるか。一応あるな。確かに。時間的制限ローエクス時間的制限のある入力やプラットフォーム操作の難易度を下げます。一旦ここはいいか。片手操作法などが追加できます。トグル応答。翻訳ラベルを欲しいな。翻訳ラベルは小さめでいいか。カラーレベル。ゲーム中重要な色の横にテキストを追加できます。何これ？そういうことか。そうか、赤と青はあるもんね。はい。じゃあちょっと、ラベルだけ見たい。で、スクリーン、ボーダレスでいいか。ボーダレスで。ここは勝手に選ばれてる。コントロール。内反コントロール。ジャンプあるの？このゲームジャンプあったっけ？追加？そうか。ちょっと待って。ジャンプとしゃがむがあるの何？ちょっと待って、怖いな。早くもなんか怖いぞ。早くもなんか恐ろしくなってきたけど、大丈夫か？ジャンプとしゃがむって何？始めてみますか、じゃあ。なんかワクワクしてきた。もうね、そう、前作っていうかスタンレーパラベルの方はやったことあるんで、ちょっと、最初はどうしようかな。いろいろ変更点をね、見つけつつ、ここどうなってんのかなっていうのが、どうなってるかなっていうのが、こう、見つついけたらいいなみたいな 気持ちがありつつ、ちょっとやってみるか。やってみよう。始める。おう、緊張してきたな。
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
はい。
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number
グラフィックの
427.
クオリティがちょっとだけ
Employee
上がっ
number
てる。
427's job was
て
simple.
か解像度
He
がちょっ
sat
と
at his
上がっ
desk
てる。
in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-wrenching, Stanley relished every moment that the orders he
もともと
made,
こいつも
as
結
though
構
he'd
やばい
been
んだ
made
よな。
exactly for this job. And Stanley
一生ボタンを押し続けるだけの仕事。来
And
る
then
で。
one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened.
こんな
This
仕事しか渡されてなくても
isolation.
会議には出なきゃいけない
Something
の
was
か。
very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen
時計の秒
solid,
針。
Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
ちょっと音でかいかな。ちょっと音がでかいような気がするんで、ちょっと避けます。なんか、大きいとか小さいとかあったら言ってください。なんか滑ってない？おー、すごい。当然のように足が映ってない。なんか、あれちょっと待って、なんか滑りが良くない？なんか、おー、いいね。ちょっとね。早速やってみるか。ほら！
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly.
字幕
The
がな
thing
い。
to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed. Then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come.
しゃがめる。
Eventually, someday,
ジ
they
ャン
would
プで
arrive.
きないやんけ、ジャンプ。
Soon, very soon now,
でもしゃがめる。
this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be
しゃがめる。
told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
終わった、早くも。なんて書いてある？パーティション候補、プロバイディングパーティションズ4 56 years。でもパーティションを56年間ずっとお届けしてきましたってことね。パーティションの専門の会社ってこと？やばくない？こんにちは。
All of his co-workers were
なん
gone.
か
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
なんか
simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a
なんか
trace
動
of
き
his
が滑らかになっ
co-workers.
てる気がする。ちょっと、そうですね、最初はちょっと逆らってドア閉めちゃったんですけど、今回ちょっと、ちょっと最初はね、ちょっと従っていくか。の前に、あった。はい、これだけね。で、はい、来た。さあ、というわけでね、こん
When
な感じ
Stanley
で、
came to a
そう
set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
もうナレーションがね、言ってくれるんで。このゲームとっても簡単です。最初ね、なんかうっかり扉閉めちゃったけど、それはそれとしてね、もう簡単です。こうやってね、ナレーションがね、こうやって指示出しをしてくれるから、俺はそれに従うだけ。 ねえ、なんて簡単なゲームなんだ。
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker. なんかよくわかんない。なんか言うとります。あそういうことが大事だからこうやって出てきてくれるのか。物置。どうやらなんか大事だらしいからちょっと入って。
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
と、こんな風にですね、いちいちリアクションを取ると、ナレーションがね、それに対してチャチャを入れてくるんですが、まあそれは
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his
上に行けって言
boss's
ってるんで
office.
ね。まあ上に行ってみましょうか。これ何？重役用トイレ。はい。エクストリームバスルーム。You can jump. Got your first achievement. なんか、得たな。は？ちょっと待って。実績が You can't jump なのにさ、ジャンプのあれがあるんだ。何ここ？あれ？こんな部屋あった？あれ？こんなだっけ？こんなだっけ？ちょっと待って。スタンレー。まあここはね、ぶっちゃけこのエレベーターのテーマが流れて同じところにやってくるだけなんで特に何も関係ないんですけど、というわけでまあナレーションにね従っていきましょう。ちょっと脱線しちゃったな。
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any
は
human
い、い
life.
ない。本当だ。
Shocked,
誰もいないわ。
unraveled,
ショックだな。
Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
確かに知らないな。知らないけどなんかちょっとでも2845だっけ？なんか入力して。
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
じゃあちょっと通路に足を踏み入れますか。怖っ。足踏み外したら痛そう。怖いっすね。なんかね、怖いな。なんかどんな恐ろしい秘密が待ってるんだろう。いや恐ろしいな。どんな秘密が
Descending deeper into the
待ち受けてるんだろうな。
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
なんか綺麗になってる。
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
はい。じゃあちょっと脱出。赤いな字が。まあ従いますよ。今回はね。今回は従いますよ。イエーイ、ピースピース。見てる？というわけでね。ちょっとな。
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
どんな恐ろしい秘密が待ってるんだろう。ちょっと気になっちゃうな。怖いな。は
Aha! You've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Welcome. You see, back when the Stanley Parable first launched in 2013, getting to the bottom of the mind control facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development. And you all sent us lots of photos of it on Twitter and acted very superior about it. And you're all very, very clever. Good for you. Anyway, when it came time to update the game, we knew that we had to do something about this little goof of ours, so here you go. New content. You can call it the bottom of the mind control room ending, if that enhances your perception of the value of these updates. Isn't that what you crave? New content? Always more content, more content, more. And I'm here to give it to you. I'm here to make it seem like we really covered every nook and cranny of the game with secrets and Easter eggs. How about this? We wrote a new piece of music just for this section. You won't hear it anywhere else in the game. It's a secret that's just for you. That's how special you are. We call this track, Good Job You've Made It to the Bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Well done.
Good job, you did it. Good job. 3, 2, 1. Good job, you made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. You jumped on the catwalk. You should have been careful. You should have been careful. It used to be a bug, but now it's an ending. Now it's an ending. I believe in you. I believe in your ability to cross this barrier and chase your dreams. The railings don't mean anything. Good job, you did it. 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 Good job, you did it.
やったー。嘘でしょ何気になんか別に時間全然合ってないけど
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
マジかマジか
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
ちなみにあそこは本当にあれ落っこちるちょっとバグがねあったん
Yet
で
there
す
was
スタ
not
ン
a
レーパラベ
single
ル
person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
しかもナレーションも置き去りにする勢いでちょっと今走っていますちょっと今そんなつもりじゃなかった
Stepping into his
マジ
manager's
でそんな
office,
つもりじゃなかった
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
はい、今のはねマジでそんなつもりはなかったマジでそんなつもりはなかった軽い気持ちでここ登れたよなと思ってススってやったらね落っこちました本当はちゃんとエンディングを迎えるはずだったんです信じてください
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind
今度こ
Control
そ
Facility.
マインドコントロール施設をね探検していきますマジかすごいなちゃんと増えてるな要素
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to
ここに登れ
himself.
ちゃうんで
Did he have the strength to find out?
まあそこはどうでもよくてでこれねなんかマジでいろいろなんかね愉
Now
快
the
なことがで
monitors
きて
jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
エンプロイ427なんで、そこかな。あ、そうそう、あそこ見ると、ちゃんとスタンリーがいた部屋がね、ちょうど多分目の真ん中ぐらいね、427番、エンプロイ、従業員ナンバー427が、まあ、いた、まあ、要はスタンリーがいた部屋が今、ああやってモニターに出てます。すごいですね。ファイヤー、クビになっている。何人かクビになっている。
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
そうだよ。あれ?
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life, for he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
なんだこの扉。待って。知らん扉の、なんか知らない扉ない？なんか嫌な予感がする。まあ。まあちょっと素直に行きましょう。マインドコントロールアイドルアウェイティングインプット。入力待ちと。これをね。
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
ちょっと。どうだ？やったか？
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
やったか
？Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
本当はナレーションの指示通りに進んで、わーすごいゲームをクリアしたねっていうなんか一個茶番をやった後、じゃあ本編入ろっかってやるつもりだったんですけど、スタンレーパラベルデラックス 思った以上に自分がはしゃいでいて、そういうことをすっかり忘れていました。まあそういうこともあると思います。
All of his co-workers were gone.
というわけ
What
で
could it mean?
とり
Stanley
あえ
decided to
ず
go
な
to
ん
the
とね
meeting
エン
room.
ディン
Perhaps
グ
he
を
had simply missed a
1
memo.
個見ることができました。やったね。なんですけど、このゲームね、それで終わりじゃありません。それで終わりじゃないっていうか、あれで終わる方がね、だいぶこれからがむしろ本番みたいなところがある。じゃあちょっとドアガチャガチャするか。
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
そうだね。
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
Mm.
Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No, 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 no. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks. No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment. A willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417ね。OK。417番ドア、417番。どこだ？あった。
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
437番。あ、これかな？
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
415。415。415。415。次かな？この辺かな？あった。
Now, back to door number 437. Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine? All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
本当か？本当なんだな？本当なんだな？ 417番だっけ？
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk. Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
よしよしよしよしよし。
We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
コピーだな。コピー機だな。よし。おー
Finish it off, Stanley!
Yes!
Five clicks on door 430!
いくぞー !5 回
Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
ああ、だね、ガチャガチャ視点を動かしたりして、ちょっと、酔ってるかもしれません。そういう人はごめんなさい。なんか、さて、というわけで、今のアチーブメントを解放するための、430番ドアをカチカチやるやつは、一旦置いておいて、まあね、このゲームね、さっきみたいにナレーションが逐一指示を出してくるんですが、ここでね、メイ
When
ン
Stanley came to a
そう
set
こ
of
れね
two open doors, he entered the
左の
door
方
on
の
his
ドアに
left.
入るっつったよね。じゃあ右にね、にもドアがあるわけです。おかしいよね。ちょっと入ってみようか。
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
って言うと、なんか皮肉の効いた、なんか皮肉ってくるわけよ、こっちをひたすらね。皮肉ってこっちひたすら皮肉ってくるっていうか、なんかチクチクっと刺してくるわけよ。なんかいじってくるわけ。それを。で、
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
素晴らしい。しばらく見とれるか。このまま眺めてるのもいいか。
Yes, really, really worth it being
だよな。
here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
だよな。いや、めちゃくちゃいい部屋だよね。このソファーとかさ、もうなんか。
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality.
だ、
It's
さ、
possible that this is why everyone left.
だんだんディスってきた。なんか自販機もある。素晴らしいな。自販機もあるんだな。いや、ソファ
Stanley
ー
sat
もいっぱいあ
around
るな。
waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
いやー、素晴らしいね。ソファーに書類とかが置いてあってね、素晴らしいと思いませんか？ナレーションさんもね、どうですか？コーヒーをいっぱい、こんなところにコーヒーマシンがある、こんなところに自販機がちゃんとあるのに、コーヒーマシンはそれはそれとして存在する。こんなに社員がいるのに、こんなちっちゃいコーヒーマシンって何をする気なんだ、一体。で、多分メッセージをね、受け取った。まあいい
But
や。
at last,
はい。
he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
これが、で、これを、まあ、左に行って、このまま行くと、向こうにね、会議室がうっすらと見えるよね。でもこっちにもなんかさ、あるんだよな。あるんだよな。嫌だな。ひたすらちょっと逆らってみるか。
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
なんか今2段階で扉が閉まった。で、ここまで来ると、で、ここにね、
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
今回スタンリーなんか、今回のスタン
All
リー
of
なん
his
か結構
co-workers
滑ら
were
ん？
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
というわけで。こういうのをあと何個かやっていきます。
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley
早
took the
く早く
first
仕事
open
に
door
戻
on
り
his
たい。早
left.
く仕事に戻りたい。どうしよっかな。早く仕事に、戻りたくねえな。やっぱ仕事クソだわ。カスカス。
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Do not lie if you are lying. Right now, stop. 嘘をつくな。今、お前が嘘をついているなら、今すぐ止めろ。意味あるのか、その案内みたいなの。でね、おひょー。カーゴリフト作動中は飛び出さないでください。死亡の原因となります。カーゴリフトをご用した際の罰金1000ドル。カーゴリフトから飛び降りた場合の罰金5000ドル。すごいな。こんななんかさ、貧弱なカーゴリ
Look,
フトですね。
Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be
こんないつ
difficult,
でも飛
but
び
the
降りられ
fact
るよう
is
な
that
カ
the
ーゴ
story
に
has been about
さ、飛び
nothing
降りたら
but
罰
you
金
all
5000ドル
this
ぜ。
time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
なんかありま
Please,
すね。
stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
どうだろ
Now,
う。
I'm not asking for me. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
どれどれ。暗。おう。
That's
Oh.
her, Stanley.
Oh.
You need to be the one to do this. To
Oh.
reach out to her. If you can truly place your
本当に
faith
他
in
の人に
another,
信頼を受けるなら。
then pick up the phone.
うるせえな。止まんねえかな。
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
髪がカサカサ。
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
なんだろう。
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back sack and crack."
なんてこと？
Excellent.
おお、早い。
Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
はい。
Welcome
あ、
back.
ただいま。はい。
You may have
わー
noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry.
Wow.
Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
デンジャーエブリウェア。すべて危険。はい。
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
なるほどね。俺はゲームの登場人物じゃなくて現実の人間なので、こうしてね、選択しろと言われたことに対して逆らうことができる。まあそういうことなんですね。でも、そんなこったろうとは思っていない。
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending. The story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
しょうがないな。
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
妨害しようと思ったらできなかったらしい。じゃあいいか。
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
こっからどうなる？どうなるんだろうな。ちょっと俺がなんかめちゃくちゃやってしまったからな。おや？
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Nightshark 115. Nightshark 1.
Stanley spoke the code. Nightshark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
八幡玉115。違うね。
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
言うとる。なんでこんな本棚ずれてんの？ちょっと本棚のずれ直しなさいよ。しょうがない。
Okay, fine. You're not gonna do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You...
そんなこと言うたかでナイトシャーク115って言えなかったのしょうがないでしょうが。
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
まったくよ。今度はちゃんとした部屋用意してよね。キーパッドを用意してくれるだけでいいから。な、ちゃんとやんなよ。
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
なんか気に入らねえよだからよ。右を選んでみよう。
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
すげえ勢いでバグっとる。あらー、とんでもないことになっちゃった。
It's ruined. I can't believe after everything we talked about that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone? Left here like so much garbage. It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't lose that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
ゲームがシャットダウンしていく。 トダウンが溶けていく。はい。
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you.
Hi.
You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we
Yay!
are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make...
かわいそう。
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
スタンリーってあんな顔してるんだ。
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me?
え
Can you hear me? Is everything all right?
ゲーム終わっちゃった。
Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice.
ごめんね、リロイ。
That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
誰リロイ。スタッフロール途中で止まったけど。そんなことある？
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
で、さっきまで新コンテンツ？え？待って、怖い。急に新コンテンツへの案内が来たんだけど。どうしよう。じゃあ、今あれか、ゲームを、わかった。クリアしたから、ゲームをクリアしたっていうか、ゲームを終わらせたから、スタッフローバーエンディングを見たから、その後の追加コンテンツ、おまけ、サービスの追加コンテンツってことか。わかった。じゃあ、ゲームクリア後のお楽しみってことなのね、これは。どうしよっかな。まあ、これにね、すんなりスッと入っていってもいいんですが、俺は、このゲームを、ちょっとみんなにやってもらいたいから、このゲームをね、ちょっと
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but no matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
このデラックスは、みんなの、このニューコンテンツはみんなの力で見てください。ということをやってもいいんだけど、ちょっと開けてみよう。開いたね。新コンテンツへの扉があるね。開いてるね。でも行かない、今回は。
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
ちょっとね、いろいろな選択をしてね、皆さんには、
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the
いろいろ
employee
ね、
lounge
めちゃ
first,
くちゃやっ
just to
てもらい
admire
たい
it.
んですよね。
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about? But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
皆さんにはね、ちょっといろいろこのゲームでめちゃくちゃ押してほしいので。
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
まあちょっと、まあインターネットでね、調べればね、どうせエンディング
Look,
リストなん
Stanley,
てい
I
っぱい
think
出て
perhaps
くるん
we've
です
gotten off on the wrong
が、
foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm
あ、
not.
個人
I
的
realize that
に
investing in
こう
your
めちゃ
trust
気
in
になるや
someone
つ
else
があ
can
っ
be difficult,
て、
but the
それ
fact
に
is that
見
the
よう。
story has been about nothing but you
いきます
all
よ。
this time.
いきますよ。い
There's
きますよ。
someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
ういっす
Someone you've... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
ほーん。どれどれ。
Now listen carefully, this is important.
はい。
Stanley walked through the red door.
赤ね。オッケ
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
ー。赤ね。オッケー。
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
レッドゾー。あ、赤青いのあった。
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some
なるほどね。
feedback.
オッケー。
There we go. A third
Oh,
option.
nice. Third
This
option.
already feels leaps ahead of where we were before.
Oh,どれどれ。
Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
なんか急に天井のテクスチャがちょっとおかしくなってる。あーすごい。オフィススペース C、オルタネートインフォメーション14、アルファ、ベータ、RC、ウォール、シーリングライト。セーリングライト、オフィススペース。はい。
Okay,
Oh.
I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
これどっちがどっちなん？多分これ数字が高いほどいいんだろうな。あ、ちょっとそういう選択肢が増えたことでか。まあ普通だったかな。3
Oh, of course. A 3. Really? Maybe next time we can get you to form an actual opinion, you know? Any level of critical thinking or engagement with your surroundings? Does that sound good? Think we can do that? Yes?
できるかな？うん、できるできる。
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Here, based on the data from your
マジ？
previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the
場外
park
ホー
with
ム
this
ラン級
one.
に。
Let's take a look.
これはワールドワイドリーダーボード。どれどれ？これ、だーってやって、俺がここ。要は、これ、9328分の9328。ドベです。何の？しかも、1個上の順位の人と倍以上のなんかよくわからん差がついてる。何の？わかんねえや。ちょっと右行っていい？ ああ。
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
1。
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a
Oh.
lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You
評
wouldn't
価
mind
を。
taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me
おー、な
boot
る
it
ほ
up.
ど。おー、意見は聞いてないと。
In
あ、出
this game,
た。
the baby crawls left
あ、
towards
赤ちゃん、
danger.
赤ちゃん
You
ハイ
click
ハイ
the
ゲーム
button to
だ。
move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands
そう
of
か
family
な。
life. I think the art world will really take notice.
現代ア
But
ート
of
ってこ
course,
とこの
the
ゲーム。
message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective?
出た。
Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
ちょっとね。うるせ。うるせ。うるせ。ちょっと。いやいやいや。もうちょっと下げてみるか。まあ、こんなもんならいいか。このさ、赤ちゃんがさ、泣き声を上げる割にはさ、なんかすげえニッコニコなのが面白いよね。ちなみにこれ本当に4時間この作業を強いられます。このまま続けると4時間本当にこの作業を強いられます。4時間やってくださいって言われて本当に4時間やらされるこのよくわからんゲームを、しかも面白いよね。なんか本当にねこのゲーム4時間やらされるらしいんですよ。どの辺までいけるかちょっとチキンレースしてみようか。どの辺までこうあれできるかちょっとチキンレースしてみようぜ。ギリギリを極めよう。ギリギリを極めてみよう。あ、この辺はいける。まだいける。あ、まだいけるね。あ、全然いけるね。あ、全然いけるね。あ、まだいけんだ。すごいな。え？このゲーム普通になんか通るけど。ああ、なんか今音があれしだしたな。あ、まだいけるな。
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
何が出るかな。なんか他のゲームをプレイしろって。
Aha!
ちょっと
What
知
do
ら
you
な
think
い。
this game is
このゲ
about,
ーム。
Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic
ある種の
purpose.
歪んだ性癖。
Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental
知らない。
depravity. So far, I love
知
everything
ら
about
んゲーム
this
出て
game,
きた。
Stanley. And it
何
seems
こ
there's
れ。
even more. Come,
なんてゲー
let's
ム。
venture outward and see what else is out there.
これなんてゲーム。 すごい。これなんてゲーム？マジで知らねえ。マジで元ネタが全然わからんゲームが出てきた。すごいな。すごい。これ私どうすりゃいいの？
Oh no. No, 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 it can't be.
何？
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
Huh?
Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing, that big open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
越えられない壁があるやつ。オープンワールドゲーはダメって言ってる。
Okay, I think this will be
オ
just
ープン
the
ワールドゲー
thing.
でいいじゃん。やらしてよ、オープンワールドゲー。好きだよ。何のゲーム？ロケットリーグだ
See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
このゲームで何とかして迷子になるようなことがあれば、迷子になれるんか、こんなゲーム。
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
出た。これ、でっけそのまま来るんか。なんか、加速してる。なんか加速しだした？すごい。ちゃんと蹴れる。すごい。ちゃんとキックできる、この、ボールを。すごい。楽しいね。
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball. Yes! Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable.
ボールが複数来た。
More balls!
来た。めちゃくちゃ来た。バカのゲームになった。いや、ロケットリーグも大概バカのゲームでは、なんか大概やばいゲームではあるんだが。このまま自分が
Hold on. What are you doing?
やべ。どうすんのこれ。
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back. You still have...
逸脱しちゃった。あらま。ストーリーから逸脱してしまった。うっかり落っこちたらこんなことになるんだ。なんか作ってそうな部屋だ。音とかのやつかな。単純になんか すごいマジの制作現場っぽいな。謎の部屋あるし。で、あ、終わった。
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
What? さて。
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
じゃあ、インプットしていくか。あれはちょっと気になるから。新コンテン
When
ツはもう
Stanley
完全
came
に
to
無
a
視
set
して
of
いき
two
ま
open
す。
doors, he entered the door on his left.
新コンテンツはね、もうちょっと、どうしようかな。
Yet
どうし
there
よう
was
か
not
な
a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a
でもあ
staircase,
れがメイ
Stanley
ンコン
walked
テンツみたいな
upstairs
と
to
ころあ
his
るし
boss's
な。他
office.
のなんか、でもな、みんなに見てほしい。みんなの、あったあった。じゃあ今回は、ちょっとみんなのね、みんな個別個別で楽しんでほしいな、やっぱ。
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill surprise.
もう何回もここに来るとこれ言われます。面白いね。もういいよねっつって、もういいよねっていう感じでめちゃくちゃあれしてくる。
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
まあちょっとまだいいかな。どうしよっかな。どうしよっかな。どうしよっかな。ちょっとオンにしてみようか。じゃあマインドコントロール施設をね、オンにしてみましょうね。せっかくなんで。
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
おー、ショート化できるぜ。
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
ね。まあいっか。よし。
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
早く、早く、よし。
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
これっきりオン。
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire
そん
complex.
な
How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more
今
fun,
めっちゃ
isn't it,
適当に
Stanley?
決めたでし
It's
ょ。
your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that?
あ
You'd like to know where your co-workers
あ、
are?
そうそうそうそう。
A moment of solace before you're
今
obliterated.
の際に教えてくれ
All
よ。
right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm
めちゃくちゃ
enjoying
喋るな。
this so much.
めっちゃ楽しいん
You
で
know
すけど。
what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock. Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life? Or will you let it go peacefully?
さよならを言われている。
Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
爆発しちゃった。というわけでね、爆発しました。爆発しちゃったな。世界を手にできると思ったんだけどな。この手に収められると思ったけどな、世界をな。 世界をさ、世界をこの手に収められると思ったかな。ダメか。ダメらしい。
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
もう一個。どうしよっかな。どうしよっかな。もうなんかこのね、ニューコンテントは動画には残しておきたいんだよね。動画には残しておきたいけど、ここはちょっとね、ネタバレせずに、ちょっと、みんなそれぞれ、でちょっと楽しんでいただきたい。で、I hate Mondays。いいな。このマグカップ欲しいな。I hate Mondays。いいね。私は月曜日を憎んでいます。マグカップ。欲しいな。
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his
どっ
left.
ち行こうかな。でも、スタンレーパラブル自体は、もうだいぶやり尽くされてるゲームなんで、スタンレーパラブルのネタバレはもうバリバリしていこう。もう、
Yet there was not a single person here either.
ちょっとね、
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's
ス
office.
タンレーの、まあ、デラックスのね、ニューコンテンツ要素に関しては、ちょっと、皆さんの手でやっていただきたい。もう空いとる。
Here's the door.
閉じちゃった。どうしよう。参ったな。参ったな。ナレーターさん置き去りにしてっちゃったな。参ったな。参ったな。やっちった。こういうこともできます、このゲーム。いろいろやってみてください。いや、ちょっとやってしまったな。やってしまった。やってしまったな。置き去りにしちゃったな。参ったな、ナレーターさん。ちょっと、心細いな、俺。心細いと思わんかなあ。もうさ、心細いんだわ。どうにか。この俺の、このね、ぽっかり開いてしまった心の隙間。埋めてくれない。ダメか。なんか扉が開いてる。怖いねー。何ですか？ You are now leaving. あなたは去っています。どこから？脱出ポット。一人用のポット。なんだ？なんだ？本当になんだ？脱出させてくれるらしい。もう、これもね、ちょっと脱出してえわ。いなくなっちゃったもん、ナレーターさん。一人じゃよ、ゲームが回んねえんだわ。じゃあなんであんなところでフェイントをかけたんだっていう話なんですけど。フェイントをかけたらちょっと、ドアが勝手に閉まっちゃって。俺は悪くねえ。俺は悪くねえ。あくまで俺は悪くない。わかるか？なあ。悪くないよな。脱出ポット、ローンチペイ、エスケープ。おー、ブロリー。今、お前と一緒に脱出しようとしていたんだ。一人用のポットでか。本当にポットだ。暗くなった。 脱出しちゃった。あ、なんてこった。インプットできるらしい。インプットしてみようぜ。ほら。Welcome Stanley to heaven. わーい、ボタン天国だー。やったー、ボタンがいっぱいあるぞー。ボタンをいっぱい押せるねー。ボタンをいっぱいこれでね、押せるね、ボタンをね。ボタンだよ、ほらもうボタンだ、無限にボタンがある。わー、すごい。ああやって一定時間で光るんだ。すごーい。ボタンの回転寿司だー。ボタンの回転寿司って何？ボタンエビのことかな？ボタンエビばっかの回転寿司やね。ありっちゃありか。値段は高そうだよな。別にボタンエビの寿司食うんだったらさ、もう寿司屋に行けばいい。てかボタンエビばっか食いてえんだったらボタンエビを買いなさいよ。ボタンエビの回転寿司屋じゃなくてさ、家で処理するのがめんどい？それはまあそうかもしんないけどさ、まあ、ボタンエビばっかの回転寿司屋、値段のこと考えたら絶対にいけんな。それだったらちゃんとした寿司屋に行ってボタンエビを食べた方がいいやという感じになりそう。すごい。上も下もちゃんと押せる。このタイミングだったら俺ジャンプができないか？できないか？ジャンプできないか？できねえわ。ジャンプボタン連打してるけど無理っすね。どうしようかね、これね。どうしよっかな。これマジでどうする？これマジでどうすんだ？変なとこ来ちゃったな。参ったね。困ったね、これね。これどうしよう。どうする？どうしようもねえんだわ。どうしようもねえな。だって、天国に来ちゃったもん。ヘブンですよ、ヘブン。これがヘブンらしい。嘘だろ。いやでもなんか死んであなたは天国に行きましたっつって本当になんかこんなところに来させられたら俺もう恨むけどね、何もかも。というわけで、まあでもね、ちょうどいい、キリがいいや。キリがいい。俺は、これが終わったらですね、ニューコンテンツの方ね、限定公開、とりあえず限定公開で配信して、実際ね、公開するかどうかは分かりませんが、どっかのタイミングで何かやるかもしれませんが、とりあえず、俺はこの後で、ニューコンテンツの方で、なんか何かしらの形で残しに行くことにしました。はい。ちょうどいいしね、時間的にはね。というわけで、まあね、今回単発です。他のエンディングに関しては、君の目で確かめてみてくれ。確かめてみろ。というわけで、本日の配信はこれにて終わりたいと思います。次回も何かやるかな。次回ももしかしたら単発になるかもしれない。まあ、またお知らせします。というわけで。それでは皆様お疲れ様でした。